Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. We're going to go on pretty much what I would class as a torture test of the vehicle, of the battery system. It's 0 degrees Celsius, pretty much as cold as it can be. And we're going to go on a long run and see how the batteries handle it. See how much charge they've got. See the distance we can go. I'll head back when the batteries hit half charge, if the batteries hit half charge. Remember, this system has got a regenerative system, which means every time I brake, a small amount of power is transferred back into the batteries. It's a very efficient system and it helps extend the range. I've got my winter clothing on because of course it is bloody cold. The sun is just peeking over the horizon over there behind the trees. And we're going to head up to Bentley, where I used to live. I haven't lived in Bentley for, let's say, 35 years. I'm in no real rush. And we'll go as far as we can. It's a nice early morning. The time is about 8:27 a.m. We're going to go down onto Leek Road, go through all of this and then down onto Leek Road. Let's cross over here. The lake is all iced over. The birds are over there on the lake. But this is really much the worst case scenario for batteries. I love this kind of weather. So yeah, my Pride Revo scooter is in the kitchen at the moment, drying out, and I'm going to give it a good clean and see whether I can fix it or if it needs work of a professional to fix the throttle assembly. If it does, I'll have to save up the money for it. I left something on cooking in the pressure cooker. I'll be ready when I get home. So what I'm eating, it's got ramen, some potatoes, a few sausages, a little bit of soup, and it's all just sort of sitting there, keeping warm now. It only takes 15 minutes to cook in the pressure cooker. But the whole point is, I'm going to take a picture of the sun just over the top of those buildings there. Just let me get my phone out. Now the reason I'm stopping and starting is just to do a little tiny test of the actual electric brake system. There we are, so there we are. A little bit of a sunrise. So we are on our way. I did the video about the Quingo to explain its capabilities and everything. I'm watching out for ice and that. This is an off-road vehicle, remember. This vehicle can go off-road and can deal with grass and things. It has a very powerful engine and good traction. In a minute I'm going to turn the lights on because I'll be crossing the road and I want my back lights and my front lights on just to make sure that everything is fine. Just to make it more visible, we are now at -1 degrees Celsius. No, it's just this is get back onto the pavement here. There we go. Turn off the light. It's going to be a bit bright through the thingy because we're heading straight towards where the sun is facing. But once we turn around and go and the sun dips below there, looks supposed to be quite a cold but sunny day. Oh, let's get on to the... This is Leek Road. A road I used to avoid because there were so many people. I used to go down the tracks. But there's a pylon over there. You can see a pylon just over there. Now that behind there is a track. See, when I used to have to go to college, I always tried to avoid people as much as possible. My autism and that means that I don't do well around large amount of people. Now I can do this now because I take my safe space with me. The Quingo is my mobile safe space. Just going to cross over a few of these little drainage canals, so that'll give it a bit of a bump. I like these newer ones, which are basically mini ones. I'm just checking the tyres and everything. Make sure my tyres are inflated to the point they should be. I'm hoping because I keep my batteries trickle charged all the time during winter when I'm not using them, that they aren't losing it, degrading. I'd like to get another year out of these batteries because it'll cost about £350 to have them replaced. When in best condition, these handle No, I don't know where to go. I'm going to actually go a different way across. I'm going to cross over a different way. A different way I'm going to go. I'm going to stick on this side for now. These batteries have got a range of about 55 miles, which is pretty amazing. The clothes I'm wearing at the moment is a bearskin hoodie, the brand bearskin, and they are really good for keeping you warm. I also have some bearskin leggings on, which are fucking brilliant, and my normal thermal gloves. So this is one of the main roads. As you can see, it's early morning, people are going to work. There's a lot of traffic. So I'm going to cross over here. Now here I can see where there's nowhere else for vehicles to come, so I can just cross over there. Ooh, that is a bright sun. That is a bright sun, almost blinding. So I'll be crossing over here as well. The freedom and independence being on a vehicle like this gives you, it's amazing. It really is. You got to think, for almost 5 years I was stuck in the house, leaving only to go to the hospital for CT scans and things like that. And even my doctor came out to me to give blood tests, so I didn't have to go to the GP surgery because they knew that I was non-functional outside my house. I always felt guilty about that. I always hated that they had to come out to me and the valuable resources thingy. But I just didn't have the ability to deal with life outside of my house. How did I go about doing it back then? Well, I'd have to prepare like 2 or 3 days ahead. I'd have to try to create like a mental landscape whereby I would create a version of the world where it was a game, not reality, where everybody I met would be an NPC, where everything I would do, where going to the GP would be a quest. I had to create that reality in my head and create scripts and coping strategies to deal with every eventuality. Even something as simple as someone saying hello to me on the street, so that I didn't freeze up. The thing is, that took a massive amount from me. People saw the examples of that many times. leaving the house usually meant 2 or 3 days of downtime beforehand, just going to have a drink, and 2 or 3 days of downtime I'm recovering from it afterwards, because the amount of mental bandwidth to get that to work I should have made a warm drink. When I go on these cold ones, I should actually make myself a warm drink, or even soup. Microwave some soup and put it in my thermos. I think that'd be wonderful. So that was how I used to leave the house, for the hospital or for the GP surgery. Let's see. Should be able to get through here. Oh. It's a problem with people parking on the pavement sometimes. They don't think about stuff like wheelchairs or mobility scooters. And so now I have the ability to leave my house, to just go out for a ride, to go anywhere I want to. And it's changed my life. It has literally changed my life. And I've become much more appreciative of people I see out there on mobility scooters and that. And how I see now and understand how these vehicles aren't a luxury, they give back independence. At the moment it's -1. They say the top temperature for today is about 6 degrees. But this is why I did it. I'm always very appreciative of drivers that let me cross and things like that. This is why when I'm on the road with this vehicle, I do always make sure that I'm up close to the curb as possible, that I try not to be in the way of drivers. No, I don't want to be a bother. And I prefer to be on the pavement if at all possible. Unless it's a road that I know, or a road that's really quiet. So we are heading towards Bentley. Now Bentley used to be a very, very, very rough area. Basically what happened was in the 70s and that, it's a massive suburb area. And all of the problem families, all of the problem people were moved. If they had to be moved home because they caused problems, they were moved to Bentley. But Bentley became a hive of scum and villainy, to put it lightly. It was a very rough area. It's changed now, it's been completely renovated, and the class of people there have gone up massively. But back then, it was, well, there was gangs and there was lots of theft. There was massive amount of drugs and that. But it was home. I was started off as a baby in a small flat down one of the walks, and then they bought a council house and started to renovate it and that. And I was in there till 16, 17, just actually no, it was actually 18 because I had started going to college. Until my dad died when I was 12. Now, as you can tell, there's a lot of sound here. Once you get away from this main road, it'll quieten down.